Hey guys, Veigar V2 posted a clip on Twitter and I thought it would be interesting to go over it.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You might be wrong, let's say.
But if I can write riot without any funny letters, then this guy has to be a rioter, right?
Yep.
So assuming this guy is a rioter, if he isn't, then it's just another case of soft tinting. But assuming that this guy and Soraka is a rioter, this is a solo queue game. Alright, let's watch this.
Let's.
So Shen presses tab here. 56 seconds until soul point.
It's really important, I agree.
You are the griefing bot lane. You're the losing aspect of this team. Does not mean that the game is over. Your Victor has 3 items and your 3 item Rengar is about to respawn.
I agree. I also want to add that we don't know what happened earlier in the game and it's not really relevant to the situation at hand.
Will have ulti up for the fight as well.
Meaning, Kiev and Hecarim could have 4-man them bot and Victor not answer while Rengar tried to answer and couldn't counter gank in a 4v3. We don't know what happened.
And you have Shen, which can easily ulti and join the fight as well. Again, solo queue game, assuming these two people are rioters, truly disgusting, and this showcases my entire problem.
Interesting.
Obviously, soft tinting is not bannable because Riot is doing it themselves. What the fuck is this, by the way?
What the fuck is this? We'll see what the fuck is this.
Ashe does this. She saw Hecarim on Raptors 5 seconds prior to this, so it's not a case of, oh, I thought Hecarim was bot, bro. Ashe and Soraka both sitting in voice call right now saying Hecarim is on Raptors, let's go fucking int, bro. So
okay,
they go and they try to
2v5
the game.
Right?
While being really behind, so it's not like they are actually gonna win this 2v5 in any way.
Well, I don't know.
And with a potential way of actually winning the game once Rengar does respawn with his ulti.
Looks bad indeed.
Ashe proceeds to run it down, and probably Soraka dies in the process as well.
Yeah, it's terrible. The end result is terrible.
To me, this is a clear case of soft tinting.
I don't know if it's a clear case of soft tinting, and that's why I shouldn't judge before we see what happened in game.
You could even say it's hard tinting, right? But, you know, we could say it's soft tinting, because he could always excuse it saying, if I W better here and...
Yeah, he also had a flash right before Hecarim ulted, so he could have potentially outplayed them. But that's not the issue.
Auto attack and flash Hecarim ult, I could 2v5 this game. Yeah. So, obviously, you can just int every League of Legends game. Just go straight run it down. No problem. Because apparently, if this is a rioter, apparently Riot condones it themselves.
Okay, so that's just pedantic. I think that's the word. I actually watched what happened in game, and there's something very useful missing, useful context missing from the clip. So, I'm not saying he knows this. He might have, well, be running it down, as everyone is saying, but let's watch this. We see from this point that Bard is DC, and you could say they don't have this info, you know, while he's moving from bot to mid, but this, he's not auto-attacking, therefore he's DC. I mean, I don't know if they understand this valuable information, but sure. We see what happens here. They take a fight. From their perspective, they see running at the Baron. And bear in mind, the enemy team, red side, know what's going to happen here, and they don't see Bard at all in the entire fight. They don't know where Bard is. So because they don't know where Bard is, and Bard isn't joining fights, and combined with this information, it's reasonable for them to assume it's a 4v5. You will see this happening with Rengar, because that's why Rengar was respawning, and we see Sivir being very low from this point. Now, objective Dragon is about to spawn in 1 minute almost, and we see the infamous Rioter respawn. Now, let's play devil's advocate. If we are from this perspective, if we're seeing from his perspective, they see one of their main threats, arguably the second strongest character in their game, Sivir, right? We see him being very low. He just fought Rengar. He has nothing he has nothing in his fight, right? We know Bard is EC, and he sees his entire team spawning. It's correct. It's the correct play to try and make a pick here. Now, what he does is extremely poor in terms of mechanical ability. So he misses arrow. You should never ever throw ult like this. If you're against a Lucian, he could just dash. If you're against if it hits Sivir, he could just E. What's the point of throwing ult like that? The intention is good. The result is terrible. So, the way he sees it in his mind, this is why we need voice comm sometimes. In his mind, he knows he has his pre-made next to him, right? Has his pre-made next to him. But what does his pre-made do? Clears the ward, and he's now left in a 1v2 situation. He doesn't communicate with his pre-made that he's trying to make a fight. And on top of that, I repeat, he knows Bard is AFK. Why isn't Shen ulting here? Honestly. It's a 4v5, right? Why isn't Shen ulting here? Do you guys think it's better to let Lucian recall from this point to get another BF sword or whatever he gets? It's probably a BF sword, right? Why wouldn't he take the advantage to deny some gold to the opponents in a numerical when they have more people when they have more people in this fight? You could say EF will ult, but also Shen could ult, so it could potentially become a 4v2 since he knows Sivir is low and Bard is DC. So it's a 45 seconds timer before Dragon. You could argue that it's better to not fight here and wait for Rengar and make it a 5v4, but he has no way of knowing if Bard is it or not. What is gonna give them a guarantee that fighting a Dragon straight up is a better chance than fighting a 4v2 or a 3v1, whatever, depending on the globals? I don't think it's reasonable to flame the Rioter here. Sure, the end result is terrible, but what's also worse is the communication between him and his pre-mate, his mid laner, and Shen. Shen should have ulted here, especially since it's a 5v4 and their base is falling. So what the hell? Why are they grouping better? They are just grouping better. Game's over and Shen isn't ulting. Rengar tried to ult to save them. And from this point, we don't have Rengar ult. They can't do the fancy combo Rengar Shen. And game's over. So this all happened from a good intention from Ashe, but a terrible outcome since there was no communication. And obviously, the mechanical plays weren't as good. I don't know. I don't think we should bash on Ashe here. It was reasonable to try what he did. I'm sorry, but I cannot agree with the Yordle stake here. It's not soft int. It was an attempt, a terrible attempt, but still.